Hello and welcome to the Rob Burgess Show. I'm of course your host, Rob Burgess. On this, our 267th episode, our guest is me. This is my 20th solo episode of the podcast. For a complete list, check the show notes. I am a 33-time award-winning journalist whose work has appeared in print, radio, online, and television. I am currently a reporter for Financial Planning magazine. Most recently, I was technology reporter for Wealth Management magazine, editor of the Wabash Plain Dealer, news editor of NUVO, managing editor of the Indiana Lawyer, and city editor, opinion page editor, and editorial board member of the Kokomo Tribune. I was also a reporter at WFHB, the Times-Mail, the Reporter Times, Ukiah Daily Journal, and Ukiah Valley Television. Oh yeah, and I'm also the proprietor of the podcast, The Rob Burgess Show. And now on to the show. Hello, it's me. It's Rob Burgess, back on The Rob Burgess Show. I know, you can't believe it. I can see your face. You're shocked. How did Rob Burgess get Rob Burgess back on The Rob Burgess Show, you say? Well, it's because I've got some exciting life updates and updates in my career. So I mentioned this on episode 252. Since July 8th of this year, I have been a reporter for Financial Planning magazine. Several of my stories have been reprinted in the sister publication, Employee Benefit News, which is also owned by Horizon. I have a long list of those stories on my website, thisburgess.com. When I first started, I was covering for my colleague Nathan Place because he was on paternity leave. And his beat is retirement, and so I did a lot of retirement-related stories up through November 8th, about a month ago now. I became the technology and investment strategies reporter, so I changed beats. Nathan came back from paternity leave, and now I'm covering that, so it's been a lot of fun. I've been doing that for about a month now. Another thing we do are card shows using Morningstar Direct data. And so each month we ask Morningstar Direct for a list of the best and worst performing funds in a particular category. These are then compiled into graphics, ranked in card shows, and published along with the story. So I have several of those that I've done since I started. Also, while I was covering for Nathan, I did several editions of the Financial Advisor Confidence Outlook, which is a survey of financial advisors and planners by Financial Planning. Every month, the survey asks hundreds of advisors to measure their confidence on a scale of negative 100 to 100, basically, and they can submit other comments and other information there. So that's something I did as well. Also, while I was covering for Nathan, I had continued an existing feature that Financial Planning had going called The Ladder. And that's a series that looks at how executives and leaders in the wealth management industry made it to where they are today and what you can learn from them. Also, during that time, I took over the Ask an Advisor series that had already been going. It's an advice column in which real financial professionals answer questions from real people. The topic can be anything in the world of finance, from retirement to taxes to wealth management, or even advice on advising. And so I did that. I have several of those. I even asked in my final hurrah doing that when Nathan returned, I was the one that asked a question about using LinkedIn because I hadn't really used it as a social media network, and I've noticed many friends and colleagues using it in that way, and it's not just a static resume and job board anymore, but it is a professional website, so it's not like every other social media out there. So I asked a question about how to use that, which reminds me, you can follow me on LinkedIn if you'd like. I'm posting there nowadays. I am no longer on Twitter. Mr. Musk's Ask X, I'm off of that, so don't follow me there, or do, but I'm not going to post anything. It's mostly professionally now on LinkedIn, so I've taken my talents to the LinkedIn universe. One thing that I'm excited about to restart, which was something that was I am taking over the Show Me Your Stack series. So So Show Me Your Stack is a series from Financial Planning where we catch up with those delivering financial advice to see what tools they rely on to make it happen. Also, something that I've begun in this last month here is I hosted my first Leaders Forum. And that is a feature that brings together innovators and senior voices to share their leadership experiences and perspective on today's most pressing topics. And the first one I did was in November with Natalie Wolfson, the CEO of Orion. So you can watch the video of that and read the transcript there. Also, I've had the opportunity to write several newsletters. I wrote the retirement newsletter, which went out every Wednesday from July to November when I was covering the retirement beat. So I have an archive of those on my website as well. And starting in November, I took over the Wealth Tech Weekly newsletter after Nathan came back and I switched beats. And I've been doing that for about a month now, and you can read those on my website as well. Thank you for reading if you've read any of my stuff there or elsewhere. So something else exciting that happened was in August. I was quoted by Naomi Dubovas in her article, How Business Journalists Can Build a Career in the Trade Press, and that was published August 15th by the Reynolds Center for Business Journalism. And that was a really good article. Thank you, Naomi, for taking the time to talk with me for that. I talked about how I made the transition back in 2017 from being a longtime, daily newspaper editor to segueing into a career in business to business, trade specific journalism. So that was a really good story, and I have a link to that on my website as well. On Friday, August 30th, the Trade Association and Business Publications International announced the winners of their 2024 Tabby Awards. It's a global organization whose mission is fostering business-to-business journalism from local to global. Their editorial and design awards program, the Tabby Awards, is open to English language business-to-business publications in 40 countries and encompasses 14 editorial and design categories. I was among those recognized with an honorable mention award for Best Feature Article. The story I won for was The Growing Need for Cyber Insurance, which was published in the third quarter 2023 issue of Wealth Management magazine. And I have a link to that on my website as well, along with some screenshots of the article that appeared in the magazine. So I was very proud of that. Last thing I want to say is you should definitely subscribe to my Substack, which is the Rob Burgess Show, all one word, .substack.com. Every time I put an episode out, which is ideally weekly, I on Fridays will send that out, so I won't send you more than like one email a week, so I won't spam you, I promise. And, I always bring that fire content. And there's both a paid and free, whatever you want to do is fine. I am also on the Blue Sky. If you're there, you can find me on that. I'm on Mastodon. I am not on Threads. I don't think I ever will be, not as long as they tie it to your Instagram account, and everyone you follow on Instagram, you suddenly follow on Threads, and you can only delete your Threads account by deleting your Instagram account. I'm not into that. So I'm not doing that. And it doesn't seem to be as happening of a website somehow. I'm not on it, but I just get the sense that it's not the center of the conversation as much. But I'm enjoying Blue Sky, enjoy Mastodon. I've been starting to enjoy LinkedIn. So any of those places you can find me. Kind of on Facebook, but not really, not like I once was. Yeah, I haven't checked Twitter in a good month. I'm out. I don't miss it at all either. It's strange to think I don't miss it because I definitely checked that website daily for years. I felt like I was missing something. And now I don't think it's any of my business what's happening on Twitter anymore. I'm never calling it X. It's never X. So yeah, thank you for listening to the Rob Burgess Show. I've got some exciting episodes up ahead. Keep listening. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.